Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. This pick a card reading is a general reading, so it should fit any situation you find yourself in. As always, we have our three piles here with group 1 on the left through to group 3 on the right. The timestamps will be in the description box below along with the cards that I'm using. If you'd like a private reading with me, you can book that in the description box. That being said, I'll leave you with your selection and I hope you enjoy your reading. Hey group 1, and welcome to your reading. If you've chosen this sweet little tiger's eye fishy, and this one is for you, so maybe you're just swimming along right now. Fishes also come in schools, so your message at this time could have to do with groups of people you're involved in, family, people close to home, well, quite literally people at school. But tiger's eye is a stone of mental clarity, helping dissipate psychosomatic symptoms and fear and anxiety. It's a beautiful stone for just grounding your emotions and connecting to logic. So let's have a look at your reading, group 1. There's some interesting energies here. It does look like a bit of a tricky time in the recent past, so if that's you, stick around. It does get better. The main energies I can see here are Leo, Gemini, Virgo, Pisces, Cancer, Capricorn. Main energies. It's all good if that's your energy or not, doesn't matter too much. Let's jump into the past. So we have the 5 of Wands, the 7 of Wands, and the Hermit all in the past energy. So there's definitely talk about conflict here. We see that in the imagery. We've even got the 21st of June circled on the calendar here, so that may be a date that something may have arisen for you, quite literally, seeing as the time of this recording anyway is just after that date. So could very well be something very recent that's brought a lot of tension into the home or into the workplace or into your life, has definitely caused you to withdraw. We've got Hermit here, 7 of Wands. You are standing up for yourself in the recent past. You're telling people to back off, leave you alone, or just to stand up for what you believe in, because the 7 of Wands is here, and that's 100% about you defending yourself and liberating yourself out of the conflict, because it feels like the conflict is either A, pointless, pointless. I was going to say, or B, something, or whatever else came to me, but nothing was coming. So like, it may be seeming like this is a pointless argument, or it seems silly or something like this. It's something that's very, that's probably why you've withdrawn from it, because there's no real way to engage with this person or this situation that's actually going to support resolution at this time, or in that moment anyway, because it does look like a very tense moment for you, and it's been really good for you to just sort of sit back and nourish yourself, nurture yourself. There's a lot of message here about compassion and softness, and there's even a fair few messages about parenting and having troubles and challenges when it comes to parenting. So some of that could be about that as well. So let's look into the current energy and the week ahead. We've got some pretty big major arcanas to start out the week with the High Priestess, the Moon, and the Devil all here. So this is an interesting energy to come across after such a sort of tumultuous first couple of cards, because it does show that there's a lot of uncertainty in this situation, a lot of fear and potential entrapment here. With the Hermit before the High Priestess, it makes me feel more like this energy might not totally be yours. It could be someone else you're dealing with, but what I am seeing is that you are very connected to spirit at this time. And regardless of the fogginess that this situation creates in your life and your perception right now, you are very connected to your intuition, and you, in a deeper sense, know exactly how to handle this situation or not handle it, depending on what is required. I do feel like you have a lot of intuitive nudges around the situation here for sure. So I think it's important that you do continue to sort of just step back from the situation as much as possible. If this is an addiction or cycle that you're still struggling with, and it's maybe coming up with other issues in your life, it's sort of like a domino effect of something here, like a chain reaction I'm sort of getting. So it is perhaps time to really step back from these situations that create powerlessness. And if this is an addiction cycle you're trying to beat right now, then there's a lot of cards here that this is the week for you to really kick that habit or overcome this challenge. Because the next card along is the Two of Wands. You are looking to make plans for the future about how to, I'm hearing, dislodge yourself, okay, that may be it. To, remove yourself from this situation, or to create a new healthy pattern. If this could be anything, this Devil card. This could be simply binge eating of an evening, right? We've got ice cream there, why not? This could be a very toxic relationship that you're trying to distance yourself from. This could be almost quite anything at all. This could be a smoking situation. You're trying to heal from smoking cigarettes or something quite simple like that. It could be drinking. It could be addiction cycles of any kind, obsession cycles of any kind, things that are not healthy, where you feel completely powerless to the situation. I don't feel like it's mental powerlessness though. I'm not seeing the Eight of Swords here, and it kind of, all of the cards I'm seeing so far kind of feel like an external situation that creates fog, like it's a lot of fogginess. That's very clear. Or not, right? The fogginess makes it not clear. That's what I'm sort of getting at here. And I think here with the Moon and the Devil together, like there's a lot about this situation you feel like you don't know, or you don't have the answers to. There's a lot of elusive factors here. But what you do know is all you need to know. That's a big factor as well, and I think that's a really important affirmation when we're facing things like this. Giving an affirmation of thanks to Spirit for revealing information as required. Thank you for Spirit for showing me the way and always letting me know what I need to know when I need to know it. And that also includes releasing what you don't know and what you don't need to know as well. Just accepting that if you need to know it, Spirit will bring that information to you. Anything you need is revealed in the time you need it, or before. Like it's always that way. So moving ahead into after the Two of Wands this week, you have got the Queen of Wands and the Five of Swords. So 100% overcoming the situation. For some of you, you've got a very good friend here that is guiding you in the Queen of Wands. You see, she stops her from burning herself. For some of you, this may be mother and daughter. I did pick that up a little bit here. You may be having some struggles with your daughter or with your mother, depending which dynamic side you're on. But what I see here mostly is that you are stepping into your power. Like the choices you're making this week are, right, how can I change the road I'm on, or how can I conduct myself in a way that's going to be owning my own power in this situation. I think everything right now, it's not so much about how you can engage with other people, but how can you conduct yourself, how can you respond to situations. And the Five of Swords here, it's like withdrawal in a way that's empowering, I would say. Like you're no longer engaging in the petty drama or in competition or comparison or anything like that. I think you're just sort of stepping back into your power here, and just being content with knowing that you have got you're on the right track, as in your choices are aligned with your values. I think that's a big factor here as well, like what choices you're making and where you're giving your power away, where your values lie and what it is that you're trying to create in life. I think there's a lot of questions here about that. And so something like I keep hearing dislodge, I don't know what that's about, but there's obviously something coming to a head or some sort of tension, and this actually is serving. It's appropriate at this time because it creates the changes that are necessary. For things to get ruffled, it's required. So in the challenge here, we have got the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the Ten of Wands. There's a fair bit in this combo. I do feel like there's aggression here. When I see the Knight of Swords, the first thing I did think of is maybe a bit of aggression. So you could be dealing with somebody else's aggression, or this could be your own anger and rage that you're trying to temper and maybe not react so quickly with. The Knight of Wands is inconsistent energy in the challenge. So you may be feeling, and with all of this as well, it is like a high velocity energy. I would say this week is I'm just hearing crushing, but so like just by that I mean like the weight of everything, and even if that's just mentally, it could also have to do with the responsibilities and all that you're trying to achieve, and you may be very tired and wanting some rest and just feeling like things are piling up on top of you a little bit at the moment, and that's That does look like the challenge, and definitely for many of you, it's dealing with somebody you just can't trust, dealing with somebody who is out for their own benefit. It's a very selfish energy you might be dealing with here. Getting like a bit of mental health struggles. You may be dealing with somebody who is struggling in that way, or it might be something you're struggling with, and it would be really appropriate to get some professional guidance around that for them or for yourself, whoever that's for, because it does look like a lot of struggling on your own. So it would be nice. I do see there's somebody around you though towards the end of the week perhaps. It does feel like when I look at that Queen of Wands, that is an external person, or some, like, you may get the chance to have connection with somebody who brings you the guidance that helps you dislodge, or helps you remove yourself, or helps you come through the challenge, whatever that may be for you. Further guidance, we have the Queen of Swords, the World, and the Nine of Wands. Again, we've kind of got these two women sitting together, so this very well could be an external person for you that has really good advice, really helps you see things clearly. And I don't know why I keep hearing dislodge. If that is resonant for somebody out there, I'd love to know why, because I see the World and I'm hearing dislodge again. So the World and the Nine of Wands, this is encouragement for you to stay the course, to stay focused, because you are close to completing a very large cycle for yourself. And like whatever this challenge is, like I said before, like it's something that's ruffled up for a good purpose, so that things can be removed, so space can be cleared, so that you can rejuvenate and come back and recreate or start again in some way. The Nine of Wands here definitely indicates the exhaustion, but it's also with the Queen of Wands in the World, it's like you're nearly there. Don't give up now. There's something that you're trying to overcome, and you can and will. It's just going to take a little bit more effort perhaps from your part, and to not give up, truly. This is something as well here that it's about glowing from the inside out, and I'm just seeing her shine, and I'm looking at the ice cream. So for some of you it might be about what you're putting in your system, and it may not even be about that at all, but that is a very big factor, because it helps you feel good. Your gut brain, your actual brain, like your whole system needs to have the right nutrients and vitamins to function at its optimum, and that helps with mental health and everything as well. So I do feel like some people maybe are looking at certain supplements or areas where you might be depleted, and doing what you can to help rejuvenate, renourish those areas, so that you can literally shine from the inside out. Like, it doesn't matter if the external situation is challenging or drab or like sucking life force or whatever, because you have a really self-sustaining energy from the nutrients you eat, from the way you treat yourself, from how you value yourself, how you speak to yourself, like everything, like all that you deal with on the outside, you will be able to deal with it much better if on the inside you're good. And I think that's what you're really trying to focus on right now, especially as well with this High Priestess and the Hermit next to each other. Like, you're reaching out, your hand touches your spirit. You are very connected. You're ready to listen to guidance, and you're ready to face a certain challenge that feels very maybe overwhelming, or it's sort of like it's like you don't know what it is or something. I don't know what I'm getting here. It's like very confusing, or very like maybe it's either you don't know how to face it, you don't even know what it is. I don't know. It's so, I feel like there's a big cloud there, right? And it's like I can't decipher it, or I don't know. Maybe it's almost like there's things involved in something that you're not aware of, and you know you're not aware of it, if that makes sense. I don't know. Goodness me, I hope this reading hasn't been a bit too woo, because it feels a little bit like that. But let's move along. Hopefully it's resonating for you. There are a lot of major arcanas in this reading, I've got a note, so it does look like a very big shift in your life right now. Now I do see there's a lot of little details, but it's more about the bigger shifts right now. So do try and step back and see the bigger course of your life. Focus on that bigger picture, while cleaning up some of the details. So with the Strength, the Lovers, and the Four of Wands here, Four of Pentacles, sorry. Leo's energy, Gemini's energy here. I do feel like this is a time for you to really commit to your choices, because this is the package deal. Like, this is what is required for a really, really solid step one in any plan, is what I'm feeling. Like this combo is, this is confidence, this is direction, this is knowing, this is strength, quite literally. This is organization, this is preserving your resources and your energy. This is about building a solid foundation. For some of you, this is literally moving a house. We've got the for sale sign, she's sorting out the cupboards, like very clear here. For some of you, this is about decluttering the home and clearing out a space, creating a new space. There's a big change in the home space I'm feeling here in this whole reading. So maybe someone is moving out of the home that has been living there some time. Maybe your older child is ready to move on, or maybe you are leaving the family home after a separation, or there's just something going on here about your path and commitment to it. It doesn't have to be about moving of home, but just your path and the commitment to it. The Lovers and the Strength here is asking you to have the courage to overcome your lower nature, perhaps the part of you that wants to repeat old cycles and run back to comfort zones, that part of you that is afraid to step up and commit to something. Maybe you're afraid of success, maybe you're fear of failure. There's something here that you do need to overcome, regardless of the doubts and the fears and the worries, because all of this energy is further guidance. This is guidance energy, and Spirit wants you to run towards that direction and to not doubt it, to not look back, to totally commit. The Lovers card is a choice. It's a choice that is in alignment with your highest path. And then the Four of Pentacles is a commitment as well, I do feel, because it's somebody who is protecting their energy. This is about blocking people if necessary. This is about cutting out things that distract you or that will drain from your vital resources that are really, really important right now to be put somewhere else. So you haven't actually got much to be giving right now, perhaps. So put your resources, your energy, your thoughts, everything, your time, where you spend it, put it where it's really needed right now, and don't waste a cent, don't waste a moment on things that are just not worth it or conducive with the life you're creating, because this is a big commitment vibe. In the outcome energy, I have the more major arcana, not surprised, the Chariot, the Tower, and the Six of Cups. So what I'm seeing here is a very large change within a family dynamic. We've got lots of children indicated here in both these cards. And just through the whole reading, I did get a lot of family vibes. Obviously, we've talked about that a little bit. And even, look, underlying energy is the Four of Wands, but I picked that up and saw the Empress as well. So there's a lot to be said about parenthood here and nurturing and taking care of. Even one of these Oracle cards talks about how a mother cares for their troubled child, that sort of thing. So you may be feeling like you're dealing with somebody who is a bit of a troubled child. That could be the case for you. Maybe that's you. Maybe you're finding you're a bit of a troubled child and you're trying to parent yourself. We got the Hermit, the Hierophant underneath that as well, with the Page of Cups. There's a lot of teaching with compassion here, like all of this, even this card, I'm going to read it from the book. It's a really beautiful card from the Essence Oracle. I'll go to the book for that in a moment, but all of these cards are a beautiful, nourishing home environment space. This is teaching with love. This is somebody who knows better, and I think that's you. I think you do know better. Maybe it's better than the people you're around. Maybe it's better than your children, better than your colleagues. Like, you know better, and therefore can conduct yourself. Conduct yourself is such a big, when I was pulling the cards to it, all I was hearing, it just matters how you conduct yourself. That's all that matters. So maybe that's that message there. But Chariot, Tower, so this is, I feel, willingly moving through things that are destructive to get to the other side, to clear the air, to uproot things that are no longer working. But this is like, have confidence to do that. Have confidence to remove the things that are not working. There is a lot of anger in this Tower card. She's on the phone, she's smashed a pot. There's a lot of rage here. So this might be something you're moving through. Maybe some of your own emotions and frustrations with regards to family dynamics, with regards to people from the past, family, I already said family. Your children, there could be a lot of frustration with raising children or not getting the help you need, or it could also be to do with co-parenting dynamics and just not seeing eye to eye. Lots of, I don't want to go into the details of that because you'll all know your details. But I just want to get a confirmation on the Tower. Okay. Page of Wands, Ace of Wands, Nine of Swords, Six of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. Yeah, look at you. This is, there's some things that you just can't control, and you need to just let those things go and step back into your own peace of mind, and being good on the inside is what's going to help change the outside and how you respond, and even how that responds to you. All three aces here. Wow, Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. All of these cards really do show like it's time for you to come out of anxieties and come out of worries, and especially pressure that may come from external sources, overthinking, all of that stuff, and just settle back into some peace, starting again, potentially starting again, or just starting in general. This is 100% fresh energy, and you are encouraged to release mental anxiety. Literally, Nine of Swords, Six of Swords. What is that, right? A major anxiety, and then letting it go, letting yourself come back into a bit of the magic here, letting spirit help you, starting to see that spirit actually is guiding you. You are protected, and everything is okay. There's definitely something you're needing to leave behind that really, really haunts you. But you're better off on the other side. And even with the Six of Swords, the world, like, it's all the drab that that it may be all around you, but look where you're headed. You can see that in the imagery of where you're headed, into the light, self-sustaining sun. Like that's your own energy that you can cultivate within yourself based on what you put in your system and how you think, the perceptions. Like everything is an internal shift, and it change the way you look at the world you look at will change. It's very true, and a really fun thing to investigate, that little saying or quote. It's really fun to experiment with, and I encourage you to really play with that one. Change the way you look at the world, and the world you look at will change in very subtle ways and really big ways. It's amazing when you can tap into that type of magic. So, perceptional magic, power of the mind. We're going to go to the book for this. I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce it correctly, but let's give it a go. Marjoram. I think it's Marjoram or Marjoram. But anyway, where can we read from? Close relation to oregano. It's known as the herb of joy and happiness to ancient Greeks and Romans. It assists individuals to release pressure of any type and anywhere in the body. That might be a nice mental cue to relax the jaw, soften the shoulders, drop the tongue, to sort of check in now to your body and really give it a conscious relaxation in different areas. Anyway, she relaxes the smooth muscle cells within the body vessel walls, providing a holistic release of your bodily systems. Marjoram helps to discharge conflict and anger in the family and stops you from stressing about what you cannot fix or control. She helps individuals feel appreciated and loved. She shows compassion and forgiveness to the ones that should be punished, just like a beautiful mother raising a troublesome child. So like we said before, marjoram is trusting, so it is the best essence to use as the basis of any relationship. Trust creates the foundations of feelings of comfort and nurturing. If we can't trust someone, we'll never be able to be our true selves around them. Marjoram is very observant, and if someone cannot be reliable, she will warn you of the situation and she will help you to release this connection with the person. On the negative side, marjoram can withdraw emotionally and isolate herself from social interactions. This is just a coping mechanism, as marjoram's heart is soft and scared of dealing with rejection and negative relationships. I really like the imagery of this card too. Like, what a beautiful figure. I really do love the imagery in a lot of these particular cards from this deck. It's really sweet. The affirmation here is, my relationships are filled with love, respect, and trust. So marjoram will show herself in a reading when trust issues are at play. Your faith in the situation and trust your faith in the situation. You are a pillar of your world. Stand strong and take charge of the situation, which is what we see here with the moon, the devil in the past, and then the Two of Wands, the Queen of Wands. So something very elusive, something maybe secretive. We have the devil here, so it is toxic or unhealthy or entrapment. Could be entrapment. But we see you changing directions this week. We see you, when I just looked at that, I heard giving up, and in a good way. That's a good type of giving up. So we also have Pisces, sensitize. This is a time to really trust your intuition. You've even got the little fishy to go with the Pisces here. Where is Pisces right now in your chart? We're looking at a Saturn retrograde in that area, so that might be worth paying attention to, because that is a pretty big transit, and something worth definitely looking into if you do like to have a little squiz at astrology lightly. It's a beautiful way to self-teach, is just as transit comes up, check your chart. There's no rush with self-teaching astrology. It's a lifestyle thing, I think. But yeah, sensitize really, and you've got that right under the High Priestess. So all of this Pisces energy is here. You need trust your intuition at this time. You have the card focus. Definitely a message for you to not be distracted by the external or things that are going to take you off your beautiful God-given path, because you have a mission, I'm feeling at this point when I say that. Like, Spirit wants you to be somewhere. Spirit wants you to be doing something, and I think you know what that is. And anything that's going to get in your way will crumble. I'm just being called to pull the devil. Okay, sure. I meant the Tower, but I said the devil. So, let's consider both. Like, something needs to go. It's getting in the way. We have the beautiful card Squirrel. This deck was sent in by somebody who follows the channel. She has a channel of her own. It's by Susan Green. It's a beautiful deck. I really have been enjoying it. We have both aspects on the card here, perceptive and assured, but also phobic and nervous. And this card, I feel like, may resonate with a lot of you at this time, because when I look at this reading, I do see a very sensitive soul who doesn't enjoy conflict, who doesn't want any of that in their life, and I don't think they're actively seeking it either. But it is a time for you to just be content and trust in your path right now. Trust that you have got a lot of abundance around you to support you on the course you want to take, and there's a lot of support is what I want to say here. Be assured, but with perceptive as well. And I see like perceptive and phobic and nervous. Like, again, that's about change the way you look at the world, and the world you look at will change. I feel like that really comes into this card as well. And it's about using discernment here in a really, really strong way, and not being afraid to sever ties if necessary. Maybe we can look at the book a little bit, see if something jumps out about it. SQ. Yeah. Okay, I've gone straight to the phobic and nervous page, so perhaps we want to look at that. The energy of self through inner conflict, rage here. There is a sense of deep loss, and is like seeing just the shadow of who you should be. This energy displays through fear-based behaviors, phobic attitudes, and nervousness in connecting to life. It is encouraged by Spirit of the Squirrel to recognize their innermost struggle and then consciously choose to break free. And that's what you're doing this week. Like, so much do I see that here. What else am I going to say? This is a crossroads. Wow. Yeah, right? Two of Wands. This is a crossroads where you have a choice to remain with the scars of evolution, or challenge that within yourself to exit openly, to heal, flow, and be one with the life you want to live. To do that, you must work to... The birdie up there. You must work. I was seeing the Strength card particularly when I said that. Work with bringing conscious personal intention to your everyday. This realigns the energy frequency with the collective consciousness to help shift the cyclical stuck force that is grating against your light and life force. So I like that. Beautiful little squirrel. But also with the squirrel, look, it really, like, Four of Pentacles vibes all the way, right? Like, because it's like, when I think of a squirrel, I also think of like saving your resources and getting ready for the winter and all of those little things that they do. So we also have the card from Quality Time. Tidy up. Might be a really We've even got it kind of here again in the Four of Pentacles. It's just sort of sorting out the cupboards. It might be a time to declutter, to get on top of your paperwork, to reorganize your paperwork so you know where things are for your business or for your appointments or something like that. Like I feel like there's a real need to get a bit more organized and tidy, cleaning up your space. I'm just getting mop the floor for someone as well. So maybe just like having that space on your benches or your surfaces to be clear, something about your surfaces being clear, because then you've got room to create. I just feel like it's good to remove the old energy as well. We have, you're going to make mistakes. It's okay. Sometimes you learn by messing up, from the higher self messages. And don't dwell on what might be on the other side of that closed door. And from the Tea Leaf Oracle, you have Tower, which is interesting. You do have Tower in your outcome, but this one is solid foundations and success with effort. 100%. Whatever you're overcoming or moving through right now, you will get to the other side and be successful. That's for sure. You have Wedge. Someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something that you want. Then you also have Cobweb, protected from negative forces that are beyond your control. So whatever this is, it's like the Five of Wands, a sword, we see at the end of your week. It's whatever, it's like not worth your energy. It's not worth your time. It actually doesn't have any power over you. You stay the course and you're going to be good, and that's all you ever need to know. So group 1, that is what I have for you in this reading. Oops, with the little fishy. I hope that it has resonated with you and given you some sort of comfort, clarity, or guidance for this week. There are some reading spots for July opened up now. If you'd like to book a spot, that's open for you. And I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Bye, Group 1. Hey, Group 2, and welcome to your reading. If you've chosen this sweet little lapis lazuli moon, it has a little face in there and all. The 3 crystals today were gifted to Jackson by someone who come for a kinesiology balance. So it was so sweet. And so lapis lazuli, I've actually got a lot of health benefits written down in my little book here about the immune system support, inflammation, lowering blood pressure and purifying the blood, helping to alleviate insomnia, depression, throat and thyroid problems. I've always seen the lapis lazuli about being a spirit messenger and a connection to your highest guidance. To me, lapis is about like, I don't know why I see it as connecting to that, the most abundant, successful version of yourself, and having an open, direct channel with them that gives you all the little hints and codes and shortcuts and pathways and guidance that's required to get there. Like, I don't know why I've always seen lapis as like such a direct channel of really high guidance. So you might like to work with a piece. It's actually quite interesting that yesterday I received a kinesi balance from one of the students who's further up in than me, and lapis came into the balance, and it was a little owl messenger, and just the way it was whispering to me throughout the balance was just so, it was actually quite funny. So I find a lot of humor and connection to spirit, and I'm sure a lot of you do too. I feel like what I must be wanting to talk about is just your own personal connection to spirit, to your own guides, or to your higher self, and just fostering such a beautiful connection in that place, trusting it. But yeah, when we look at all these health benefits as well, the respiratory system, the nervous system, thyroid, everything like that, it might be really important for you to really pay attention to your health at the moment. It might be something that's really high on your list of values and priorities right now. So I also do want to mention that we've seen lemon water so much in the readings lately, and you've got lemon, and as soon as I saw it, I'm like, okay, more lemon water for us. But it might also be nice to maybe Google the benefits of it so that you know why you want to continue doing that, not just doing it once because it was a great piece of guidance, it sounds right, it sounds good, I'll do it. But it's nice to inform yourself so you know why you want to continue that action. So group 2, let's have a look. We can see Cancer and Leo is here quite strongly. Leo is very strongly in the chat. We've got Virgo here as well. I might as well say Aquarius, Scorpio and Taurus. So yeah, let's jump in. Might be your energy, might not, might be something activated in your chart or someone you're dealing with. I'm also encouraging people to look at Pisces at the moment because we do have Saturn retrograde there, which will be a nice big shift and change of energy for us. Worth looking at what house Pisces is for you to understand how that might affect you. Maybe some more Googling and self-teaching in that way. Alrighty, so I will actually mention for those interested, it's nice to just get a picture of your chart saved. And I'm just looking at this card because it looks like a chart. Get it saved somewhere in a file on your phone album, like a separate album, so you don't have to scroll for it. So that way when little bits of information come up, you can just go straight to that thing. And that's how I self-teach astrology. I have mine and Jackson's charts saved, and I also have a lot of friends' charts memorized. So I can always like just, you know, look it up, refer between the information I'm receiving online. There's a bunch of really great ways to self-teach astrology, so that might be a thing you're wanting to do as well, self-teach something here. I will actually go on to mention Astrolocherry on Facebook is a fantastic resource for little tidbits of info. She teaches like meme style, which is really fun and digestible. Yeah, have a look around. Anyway, past energy for group 2. We have the 7 of Pentacles, the 4 of Wands, and the 6 of Swords, and this is a beautiful energy. I really have enjoyed this whole reading as it's come out. It looks like you have, by the looks of this, you've been working at something, many things. I feel like the way you're invested in your life at the moment, it's like Spirit wants to say, well done. You're doing an amazing job. You are learning what you need to learn. You're showing up when you need to show up. You're reviewing your own practices. You're reviewing your approach to things. Like, I feel like you're a constant review of what you're doing and how you're going about things because you want things to work out. There is challenge here, personal challenge, internal challenge, background challenge, but it's not the main story. With the 4 of Wands here in the past energy, you may have had a beautiful celebration or a catch up with friends. We had a fire circle just on the weekend gone, so that definitely is our ladies here having a wonderful time. So maybe for you, you've gone and done something that really feels good. It's amongst your people, your tribes. Through 4 of Swords, sorry, 4 of Wands, I often see as like your vibe, your tribe, your community that really resonate with you the most. Your friends, your sisters, maybe even family. 4 of Wands can be about a particular marriage relationship that is very spiritual in nature, or even community events and family and things like that. Just, you know, coming together to celebrate. And with the 7 of Pentacles here, some of you may have worked really hard to get to this celebration. It might be celebrating one of your milestones. For others of you, this is just and just where you're at. You know, you've been invested in the things that are going to take a while to grow, but you know that, and you're showing up for it, and you're wanting to find more joy in it. How can I bring more joy into what I'm doing? I think that's a big part of where you're at as well, is presence and joy. Sort of get that a lot here, especially the 6 of Swords now. It's like you want to release any of the mental baggage and the things that sort of get in the way of you just being present and having fun and being present, like truly. A lot of us, if you're watching at the time of release, we're approaching the school holidays, so you know you might be thinking about the change that's going to bring to your routine if you are at home with the kids, or you know, if things change up for you during the holidays, you want to spend more time with them potentially, or just yeah, for some of you, literally traveling or plans for travel has recently happened with the 6 of Swords there. It can be travel over water for many people. But for a lot of you, it just feels like things sort of lightening, like you, whether that's an internal thing and just the way you're going about your day and the way you're perceiving things, you're just trying to take it on a little lighter. Or I'm also getting this sense of not wanting to rush yourself to the next thing. So like presence, like just wanting to be like, oh, this is where I am, then I'm going to be here. I'm not going to stress myself out about all the other things that are waiting for me to do, because I feel like a bit of busyness to this group as well. So let's progress into the week ahead. We have the Sun and the Moon first of all. And what did I get? I got something clear as day when that came out. Because when you're shuffling, obviously, like things are coming, and then I've got to remember them all when I come back to hit record. What was it? I think it's just to say by day and night, like you are Well, actually, I do see here for some that nights may be a little bit more challenging than the daytime. The daytime you might be very busy and, you know, feeling great, feeling invigorated, moving about, getting your body moving, doing things that feel really positive. But then at night time, it might be that there's a bit of a lull, or you're not so busy anymore. So that space opens up for the things to arise that need to be acknowledged and dealt with. So compassionate self-love rituals of an evening might be really beautiful for you this week. Little releasing rituals, or just anything, writing down your thoughts and feelings. I'm definitely getting that for someone there. The sun and the moon. Actually, there was something and it's gone, and I really wish it would come back, but it's not. So I'm going to shuffle and see what happens. But the bottom deck energy for this reading is the Magician. So this is about you utilizing all the resources at your fingertips and mastering something. This whole reading is about you just leveling up, but not in a big grandiose way. Just natural evolution that feels beautiful and timely. It's really what I'm getting here for you. Just let it become wow. Feeling it. Whoa. It feels so graceful and beautiful. All right. What do we got with the sun? Oh, okay, there it is. The sun and the moon. So this fell onto strength. Ooh, Ten of Swords, Eight of Cups, Hierophant. Wow. And it fell onto the strength card. So you are leveling up in a very big way. Look at the joy that comes from the Hierophant here. We have the stairway of ascension behind them. You're definitely releasing things that don't work anymore. Your back is turned on a situation that is no longer bringing you joy. We have the Six of Swords here as well. So there may, in the past, so there is a release of something, but it's bringing you into a new horizon that's going to, the release is timely and purposeful. That's what I'm really feeling there. Confusing too, potentially, with the Seven of Cups. What else is there? The moon is about, not only is it about intuition, but it's also about things that can be elusive and hidden and things unseen. But the sun is there as well. So it's I feel like you're starting to get clarity on these parts of you that were perhaps very hard to understand, or clearing. I feel like you're clearing something. So it's like a deep fear you may have had. It could be to do with connection with others or whatever it may be. But I feel like there's a certain fear that you have ingrained in you that is something you're actually dissipating at that time. It's something you're dislodging. There's a big word for group one, and I heard it just now, but it's still group one's word. There's something. You're really illuminating something inside of yourself that would once hinder you, but it no longer will be the case. What else have we got? The Devil. Talk about it. Yeah, look, the Ace of Cups, the Queen of Swords now fell down onto the sun, and the Five of Cups. There is certainly a message here of healing from something quite unhealthy and troublesome for you. The Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is there, but then the Queen of Swords has her cup locked in a cage here. So I do feel like there's a fear of being hurt in this situation here, or it has been in the past, that you don't want to recreate painful situations. So you're using very strong discernment about where you invest your energy. The Five of Cups is here too. There is potentially a lot of sadness in that situation, like we saw by this day and the night. You might be really good at some moments, and then we're really feeling it, and that's okay. Allow yourself the time that's needed to really let those emotions come up, because you can't suppress it. It's not going to be beneficial. I mean, you can, but it won't be beneficial. Further into the week ahead, we have got the Eight of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. So I really like this one. Look at her sort of peeking over her shoulder while she works on all of her beautiful crafts. There's a lot of spiritual development in this reading. I don't know if it's just the deck that I've used, but I'm kind of feeling it more in the messages that this is what might be a really big priority for you at the moment. Group 2 is developing your connection to subtle energy, your intuition, some of the beautiful magical rituals and what do I want to call it? Things. just the things that you love to do. This could be the things you love to create, something you're learning, something you're mastering. This is paid work as well, so some of you might be starting a new job or having a new work role at your job, something you're starting fresh with the Ace of Pentacles. The Nine of Cups is here in strength as well. So we've got like even the Sun is a similar, like you're going to be leaping for joy this week in a few different instances. Like while there is something that is heavy and sad that is here, it really isn't the story. It really isn't. You're nurturing of something of beautiful new growth here. You've got a lot of gifts and wishes and fulfillment that is right here around you already, but more of it to come. And strength is there because I feel like there's something inside of you that is very like a baby, like the lamb shows here. It's only a little baby, so it needs protecting or it needs nurturing while you gain the strength for it to sort of stand on its own. So there might be a new part of you that you're sort of experimenting with at the moment that needs more nurturing and more strength in the muscles to stand on its own. So keep developing that muscle, whatever that muscle is for you. Keep developing that muscle. In the challenge, we have got the Knight of Swords, King of Cups, Four of Swords, Queen of Cups. This is an interesting combination. So many of you, this is relationship based. I'll get messages for those that aren't, but first of all, we see a couple here with a separation in between with the Four of Swords. So you may be at odds with somebody that's it's close to you. It doesn't have to be intimate relationship. This could be parental or family friend, however. But I do see a lot of distance between you both at the moment. There's also a lot of love here. There is a lot of love here. And when we separate the two, I feel like that's how it would separate. So maybe the feminine is a bit more self-protective and withdrawn at the moment, and the masculine energy might be a bit more forceful or even aggressive with the Knight of Swords. Potentially emotional manipulation could be involved here, but I don't totally pick that up too much. So maybe not for too many people, but definitely for some. Honestly, it felt a bit soft. So this might be a very beautiful relationship, just going through a bit of trouble, struggle, challenge. It also might be that you're both just working too much and not getting enough time together. And for some of you, it may be that this person you're no longer in contact with at all. And that's the challenge right now, is you still feel each other very deeply. So this could be somebody who's passed on and is no longer with us anymore, but their spirit and their heart is always there with you. There's a lot of message here about the ocean. I just thought of the submarine story that's recently playing a lot, but we'll leave that. That's not what we're reading about. That's popping through my head a lot lately. I'm sure it is everybody. So what else I'm seeing here is, what else I see here is that just a sense of you, this like not being this about another person, but now reading about this is just your energy, your challenge. You're the king and the queen and the knight. This to me is about you sort of getting a really nice work-life balance. That might be what you're trying to achieve at the moment, because there's some things you really want to do that call to your heart, and there's a whole bunch of responsibilities, and I feel like there's also another area too that needs to be tended to, and I'm just seeing like compartmentalized situation right now, and then maybe a bit of overwhelm. So it might be important for you to just take it one step at a time and be present with what you're doing. No need to rush about, like the Knight of Swords shows, like you're getting a nice balance between your rest and work and play. Yeah, those are the three areas, aren't they? So what will help with the challenge? We have the Five of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, Judgment, and the Hermit. So first of all, stop doubting yourself is a really, really big one for this. You may feel like you don't have what's required to achieve a certain goal, especially as I see you with the Eight and the Ace of Pentacles right here, right? You're trying to grow something. You're trying to develop a part of yourself. So it's really important that you just continue to develop, continue to practice, regardless of past failed attempts, regardless of negative thoughts that you have with the Nine of Swords. Both of these are very despairing cards, but you've got Judgment and the Hermit next, which sort of pick themselves up again. They look up to the truth. They're connected to their spirit. Judgment is about an awakening and a realization of the truth. And the Hermit is about finding that truth in an internal place, not externally being validated through anything like somebody's reply, somebody's answer, some validation for the work you've done. It's more about you being connected to knowing that what you're doing is right and true for you. For others, there's multiple messages here. So it's not only about your capabilities and feeling not enough or feeling not good enough. This can also be about a relationship, like we see with the King and Queen of Cups in separation. You may be feeling very separate and isolated from somebody that you love at this time. That might be a real challenge. But again, the advice here for you is to not be in this lack and negative thinking, but rather this is more about accepting where you are right now, regardless if things are working out how you'd like them to or not. This is just being okay with where you are and trusting that it is the right place for you, and everything you need will happen and be before you as you need it. Giving thanks to Spirit for that is a really powerful way to affirm that, knowing that you are provided for and everything is here for me, Spirit. Thank you for guiding me always. I know everything you need to know will be given to you when you need to know it. That was a bit of a message for group 1 as well. Just really trusting where you are right now is the right place to be. Everything is as it should be. And I keep wanting to say thank you, Spirit, at the end of that, always. Everything is as it should be. Thank you, Spirit. So giving thanks. Further guidance, we have the Page of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. So compassion here, definitely noted with the Page of Cups. It is a very sweet card. But what I got mostly from this is about dreaming and believing in miracles and your unconventional ideas, your creative endeavors, and your artistic inclinations, all of this. We have a pig flying, we have a singing bowl. Like, I just really feel like this is about your imagination and what you want to create, being playful, being present. There's a lot of message here about heading to the beach. Some of you might be heading to the beach. That'll be beautiful. Spending time with children, spending time with friends, being a good friend. All of that is here in the Page of Cups. Four of Pentacles and the Two of Cups is here as well. So what I get here is somebody may be trying to apologize to you, and you might not be interested in that apology at this time. That could be the case for some of you. You might be wanting to sort of protect yourself for energies that are a bit more, compatible with you and your energy. So that is a message for some, sort of turning your back potentially on a friend maybe. For others of you, there may be healing within a friendship, but it does kind of feel more about protecting your own energy and looking forward to the future for more conducive relationships. Let's get another confirmation. Oh, I picked the Devil up. Let's see. What am I missing here? What's in the Four of Pentacles? Okay. The Knight of Cups has turned over. Star, Page of Swords, Tower. So this is something that's happened in the past, I would say, for many of you. Maybe not for everyone, but there's certainly a connection around you that's very hopeful of something with you. Very hopeful. Or has been in the past, very hopeful. This could be past energy for sure. And the Tower, the Eight of Swords, the Fool, the Seven of Cups, Eight of Cups, Hierophant. It's like, yeah, something has happened here to send you in a different direction. There's too many though. Let's get one. All right, there it is. Three of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. Yeah, look at you. You're walking away from one thing to fit better into something else. These could be just friend circles that don't resonate with you anymore. You're ready to work with other people that are. Maybe you're starting a new job. You're definitely saving your energy and saving yourself for the things and people that deserve it. That's what I'm seeing there. And good on you. Good on you, because there's beautiful connections all around. Oh, wow. Yeah, really, just as I said that, just woof, the sensation up my body. You've got a lot of beautiful people around you, a gorgeous community. So this is something worth saving yourself for, something worth protecting your energy for. Yes, big yes there. So in the outcome, we have the Six of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. Some of you do straight away feel like there might be a connection with potentially what's over there in the challenge, but just not feeling like someone maybe is taking advantage of you, and putting an end to that with the Seven of Wands here. So if there has been a situation where you've been giving more than is required of you, and somebody is happily taking without giving in return or being considerate of your needs or anything in that way. I just feel here that you are only allowing things that are equal, fair and balanced into your life. You're creating more of a work-life balance. So this could be your own behavior too, that you're like, I'm going to not let myself do that to myself anymore, whatever it is, right? I'm going to make sure I've got more time for the things that I need. And like, I feel like this is, whether this is you saying it to someone else or yourself, it's time to check in with your needs and actually provide them for yourself, whatever they may be. Whether that's just a bit of self-care time, maybe I'm just seeing book a massage for someone, like a spa treatment. Maybe that's what you need. Just like really just do good for you right now. Continue working on what you're working on. You're building something so beautiful. Look at that, something in your hands that you can create, something that you could nurture from a seed. And it grows into so much abundance. Something you hold on to very special too. Like I feel like this pentacle is something you're creating now. You're going to end up carrying that as a badge with you for some time, or something that's like a part of your arsenal, like a part of your tool belt. Like it's something that's also a very big part of your personality or your nature or the way in which people know you. But it's not all of who you are. It's just one very cool token or aspect or ability or talent that you have. It's really growing into something so beautiful and so worth protecting. So let's jump into the Oracle cards here. We have lemon. We spoke about it a little bit before with cleanse. You might like to have some lemon water. Also indication of being around children, looking after your children, helping them grow. I also like that there's a similar, intricacy of these beautiful patterns here. And this is about 6th house of sustainability, which is all about your daily routines and your health habits. So when we look at cleanse and lemon, and then sustainable, 6th house, all of this is about the way you go about your week, your day, how you conduct yourself, where you spend your energy, and how you nourish yourself. I wonder if we want to look at the book for lemon even. Do we? Lemon myrtle, lemon. It's time to declutter your life, your mind and your soul. Focus on your tasks and stop procrastinating. Finish what you've started. Close the cycles and then move on. Your heart is not in this situation. Find rational ways to deal with it. Fair enough. What else can we get from here? The lemon. When the lemon personality is present, you know what you want and it's easy to get things done. All the distractions are removed and the individual is in tune with the task at hand. When lemon personality presents in a negative aspect, it will create aloofness and mental fog. I don't feel that for you here. The person can lose enthusiasm and be drawn into stagnation and limiting beliefs. Okay, there are limiting beliefs, but you don't need them. The scent of lemon is invigorating, promotes feelings of assertiveness and rationality, uplifts effects, its uplifting effects awaken the senses and removes distraction. I've always also found it can be very triggering for nostalgia and positive memories of childhood. It's great for bad moods, relates to solar plexus and our self-esteem center. It blends well with frankincense, lavender, peppermint and geranium. That'll do. Okay, so we also have the card Wonders, and that is a card about a time when maybe things don't seem like everything's working out. Maybe even at a lull. Maybe things feel stagnant. Who knows where you're at when it comes to this card. But what this card is saying is that in very near future, there is a lot of blessings and abundance about to flood into your world. And so stay open to them. Stay open to the wonders and the miracles because they are about to happen. And like Nine of Cups is at the end of your week. Ace of Pentacles is something fresh and new and really fulfilling, cultivating here. So in the animal spirit, we have Aardvark. Messenger animals, sorry. This one is by Susan Green. She sent this beautiful deck into me. She also has a channel of her own. These are really nice cards because they do have the both aspects, content and optimistic, addiction and paranoia. And while I do feel like sometimes these cards will focus on a bit of both, for you guys, I'm group 2, I'm really feeling the positive aspects of this card, the content and optimistic energy. Maybe we'll touch on addiction and paranoia because we have got some sort of things you're like removing yourself from potentially. And with paranoia, I think you'll instantly know what that is, and I really feel like Spirit wants to make it clear that that's unfounded for whatever reason. It's something that you don't need to be paranoid about, to remain optimistic and trust that everything is happening as it's supposed to, but also with content. I feel like that's a message to consciously try to achieve content, the feeling of content by, I think you already know the little tools that you have personally to help you achieve that, but by being present and acknowledging the blessings around you, not rushing yourself forward to the future in anxiety, but truly just being here now. We have visualize in your personal power, I believe. Is it? No, quality time, I think it is. Yeah, quality time. And this is a perfect message. Keep your vision held. Keep holding your vision. And with sustainable, it's like similar, like mandala in the background. So we'll probably put them together and say that hold your vision while you engage in your day-to-day life, and make your day-to-day life choices and actions and routine have everything to do with that vision you're working towards. If not everything, a large portion of it, you know. We have a couple of higher self messages and then tea leaf oracle to finish your reading. So you have an end of a tough cycle is finally approaching. And totally, like the moon and then the sun, like something falls but then something rises again, and you pick yourself up. Like, anyway, you miss the beauty when you are stressed. Be gentle with yourself. Be messy sometimes. Let it all go. And with the tea leaf oracle, you have Valley, deep personal strength and peace that assures success. Truly, I feel like everything for group 2 this week is about your sense of inner peace and just being where you're at, like presence and peace, regardless of anything else. Like that is like the goal right now. Harp, great happiness, joy, friendship, playing with your children, making music. Bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. I really like that. I'm getting like bridge of the foot or arch of the foot there when I saw that as well. It looks like sort of like bones there as well, like bridge of something, maybe the bridge of the nose, or I don't know if there's a message for someone, but anyway, overcoming a problem. So group 2, that is what I have for you in this reading. I hope that it's given you some sort of comfort, clarity or guidance, and there are some July spots. If you'd like a private reading, you can book one in the description box below. And yeah, I'll read for you all again next week. Bye group 2. Hey group 3, and welcome to your reading if you've chosen this fluorite donut. I don't know what the name for these are called with the hole in the middle, but you know, it looks like a donut. So fluorite is beautiful. It's such a pretty stone too, isn't it? I love the towers of it too. They're so magical. So much to see inside. So much beauty deep inside. So that could be a message, of course. But yeah, fluorite's a beautiful stone for self-confidence, decision-making. It can also be a really good stone for understanding and maintaining relationships, and a good old body cleanse, which is nice. So interesting reading. I kept hearing a few things throughout this reading, and one of them was, it's not all sunshine and roses, which is so funny because you've literally got the card rose and sun right next to each other. So maybe, maybe sometimes it's not all sunshine and roses, but what I am wanting to say about this reading is, we'll get through it, but things are really positive in this reading, and you may doubt that, but let's jump in anyway. You may have little doubts or maybe big doubts, but things are really positive for you, and you need that reassurance, I think. And I also want to show the first little card matchup that happened here is the rose and then the lovers together. So this is, for many of you connecting, this is a love reading. This is definitely going to be about a relationship. We'll try and keep it open. There'll be messages for those that are not. But for a majority of you, you'll be resonating with that story. We see the lovers embracing up in the trees here, the beautiful rose, about unconditional love. This does not have to be a romantic relationship. I do have to mention as well, this can be love of any kind. But let's jump into your past energy. I can see, I can see Gemini's energy here, Aquarius and Leo, Libra and Taurus. Scorpio. Yeah, and that's the main energies I can see here. So let's jump into your reading. Past energy, we have the Lovers, the Six of Pentacles, and the Nine of Wands. So I do feel we're going to jump in with the love reading first, love messages here. There's a beautiful union in your life. This could be a new one, it could be long-standing. Everyone will be different. With the Six of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands, some of you may have felt like you've been, the give and take is not quite equal or fair in the past, or maybe you felt like just a little bit exhausted by the situation for numerous reasons. For some of you may feel like they're a lot more wealthy than you and that you're having to settle for what they can give you or something like this. Like they may have more than you in some way. So, and you may have felt like a power imbalance in the past. That's not for everyone, but definitely here. There is also a lot of generosity in this connection. Like I do see this person is very giving towards you. Like they may have given you money or helped you out financially in some way. They do appear very successful in this reading. Now, this could also be the other way around, where you are very successful and another person, you've been helping them potentially. And I'm getting with the Scarecrow as well. Like this might be your tendency to scare someone off, or your tendency to protect yourself or something. I'm just noticing with the Scarecrow, like that's, I don't know, something to be aware of. If you have a tendency to sabotage or to scare something away, you might be a little bit like afraid, or maybe it's them as well. Like maybe they have a tendency to sort of scare something or pull back, or with the Nine of Wands being there and the Scarecrow, like that might be a thing here. Like that's why it's probably not all sunshine and roses, because it is like, it's so funny that I've got to show you how they came, like literally rose in the sun. That was hilarious. Spirit is so funny sometimes. But anyway, I don't feel like it's a majorly negative thing that's going on. Like you may be wanting to protect yourself from being hurt or something like that. Now let's read it for single people, of course, where life has got you in a situation here where you are committed to something. With the Lovers, there is a commitment. There is a choice that you've made, but it may also be that it's a very tiring thing that you've got to go through. It requires you to level up. It requires you to really use your strength and your resources to maneuver through, or to, like, it tests you is what I'm seeing in that, whatever this is, relationship or not, it tests you. And it's a good thing. It's strengthening, I'm feeling. What do I want to split? Yeah, the Six of Wands, it ends up in victory. It ends up in public victory. Like these challenges, whatever this is that, like whatever you're being forced to challenge or strengthen, it ends up being a really big part of who you are and a really positive quality for you. I will mention the bottom deck energy is the Magician. A card that poked out when I was looking at that was the Eight of Swords, and as I lifted the Magician, I do see the Moon. So there is a great deal of fear amongst this situation, but more importantly, the Magician is what was showing. So you are capable. You're so capable, so magical and powerful. So whatever it is, these inner child fears potentially, this could be something stemming from your childhood. Maybe it's abandonment wounds or fearing the worst for whatever situation, for whatever reason, but you are the Magician. So underlying energy is you're capable of manifesting an outcome that is beneficial to you. You're capable of learning and growing. I just see the Two of Pentacles in a little split there, and then strength. So you are juggling these two maybe assets or facets of your being, or the old and the new, like really trying to gain strength over something so that you can be powerful enough to manifest a great outcome here. And I see the Knight of Cups on a little split too. So there's there's definitely romance and growth and a lot of beauty around here. I'm getting butterflies in the belly for someone. So into the week ahead, we have the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Nine of Swords. Okay, so Queen of Cups and Queen of Wands, this is definitely you in your element. You're feeling, not only are you, I feel like this is a nice balance between your obviously magnetic attraction and personal power and being very maybe flamboyant and sort of maybe even sprucing up your appearance a little bit at the moment. You might be feeling like dolling yourself up or dressing a little differently, but with the Queen of Cups, That's your true nature I'm feeling when I connect to this. Like this Queen of Wands is something you might be trying to embody right now, and not to say it's not a true part of your nature and something you can easily embody or maybe challenge, who knows. But I do feel the Queen of Cups is more natural for you, just by the feeling I get when I read this. Like you're more gentle and receptive and kind and considerate and just soft. I get a real softness. With the Nine of Wands swords there, for some of you, you are worried about another woman in a situation because the Queen of Wands is there and she can be acknowledged as the other woman sometimes. And the Knight of Swords being next to it, you may be concerned about that or suspicious of that. I don't feel like that's something worth worrying about in this situation, although it may have been something that happened in the past for you. In this situation, I don't think it's actually here and happening, but that will probably need a personal reading for something so intricate if that's something you're worried about. But I really do feel for majority that's just a concern, like a fear that's not real but maybe based on something in the past. For some of you, you may have a conflict with a particular friend or a sister that would be nice to clear the air with. It might be a little bit challenging, but I do see an air clearing happening there. If you do have had a conversation that's a bit tense or will have in the upcoming days. There's something else here I'm missing in the Queens. The Moon, definitely a bit of fear of secrecy. The Empress, beautiful feminine energy and all of this. The Moon, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Empress. Are you worried that you don't embody these qualities, these so beautiful qualities that I know that you do? There's something. Okay, I see the Hermit and the Second. Yeah, it is. Whoop, there it is. Look, we even have a little spy sticking out here. So this could be the other way around. Maybe a person is suspicious of you, but there is definitely an indication here of fear of betrayal with the Seven of Swords, fear that there's another woman or another person involved in a situation who maybe makes you want to pull back because you're not certain. Six of Wands fell down here, Empress and the Queen of Pentacles though. Whew. What do I say? I'm inclined to say don't worry. That's really what I'm feeling. Like this is a fear. For some of you, if this is an actual thing that's happened in your past, then it's a perfectly warranted fear. But maybe not with this particular person or this particular situation. For some of you as well, this is I can see messages about your business, your career, and your capabilities in that sense. And so, for those that it's not about like a betrayal relationship thing at all, you can definitely see here this is about you stepping onto the stage of your life and stepping into your untapped potential, and actually believing in yourself and letting yourself grow in the way that is perfect for you, to your natural expression, not trying to copy what someone else has done or anything like that, but just your true organic expression, believing in it and stepping into it, not being afraid to make mistakes or put yourself out there. The Six of Wands is there. I also feel like this is something, when I just saw the Hermit then, I'm being called to say that this is something you've got to do. This is not something that can come from external validation. This is not something that's going to come from this situation working out in the best possible scenario, because it's not, I was going to say it's not guaranteed on that, but maybe that's not guaranteed. What I mean is that isn't going to be what guarantees your fulfillment, your happiness, and that confidence and belief in self and contentment and your power, your true power is only going to come from within and activated by you. Not having all your ducks in a row and things working out externally, although I do think they will, absolutely. But there's something about an inside job, something you've got to do for yourself. About clearing something or just feeling capable, feeling beautiful. There's a lot to be said here about connection to other women and surrounding yourself in beautiful connections with supportive women, definitely, and not fearing that. Maybe if that's something you do fear, connection with other women, then it's something worth healing and investigating, because there are beautiful women out there. It's so many, like the thousands that connect to these readings, that receive these same messages as you, but interpret them a little differently for their own situation. But I just do feel like feminine connection is very important for you and very nourishing. It should be a very nourishing thing, and if it's not, then that's worth investigating. So what else is here? Spending a bit of time on this little first segment here because of those two queens. I'm like, what's going on with them? Oh, okay, we'll take the King of Swords. The Devil is there. The Knight of Swords. I think that when I see this King of Swords too, like this for a relationship message, I think you can trust this person's passion for you, and I do also believe that they're being very truthful with you as well. So I feel like a lot of the fears here, yeah, a lot of the fears might be from your past or just ingrained fears you're working through. So anyway, let's progress into the week ahead. We won't live there too long. Moving into the week ahead, we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Four of Cups. So just stopping here, I can see that you are working on something, whether that's the self-mastery stuff we spoke about and something else, which I do think it is, your literal physical paid work, your job, your place of employment, your business, whatever it is you're building here. The Eight of Pentacles is asking of you this week to not be distracted by the things that aren't all flowing and working out greatly, but just keep on at it, keep working at it, keep chipping away, keep staying in your own lane and connecting to the abundance already around you and the gratitude of the resources, gratitude for the resources around you, because you are surrounded by resource and blessings and the ability to develop, the opportunity to develop potentially. You are working hard this week at just sort of overcoming, I kind of feel like an implosion energy here now. So it's like you're just damn well doing your best. Like such a positive reading, but now I'm getting sort of flooded by the pressure or the concerns or whatever it is. But you just got to head down, bum up or something. Just focus is what I'm seeing for that. So the Four of Cups is a pessimistic energy. That is in the sort of later in the week where you might be just really totally focused on what's not happening. But with this particular card, we've got, like normally with the Four of Cups, it's, you know, one cup is being offered up. They're not really focused on that. They're too busy looking at the three cups that have spilled. And so they're not looking at the opportunities that are available. But what you've actually got is four cups outside the window that are being filled by a spirit in the rains. So this is a completely different twist on the Four of Cups, as I would say, for you. A way more positive one where you're like, a little bit about something, but what's actually happening is all of your cups are being filled in another scenario, in another situation, in another way, somehow. We also have the Four of Wands, the Sun and the Star to finish your week. So this is a beautiful energy of celebration. You may be taking a little trip somewhere. You may be just spending time at home. This could be renovations at home or changing things up at home. This can also be community events, a birthday celebration, or just gathering with friends, doing something that you really enjoy. We have the Sun and the Star here, which is super positive and nourishing, rejuvenating energy. So whatever is, I don't know, it's like, it's an interesting reading this week, because when I first sat down to read these cards, I was like, wow, group 3, what a love reading. Like I can see and sense a little bit of like tumultuous energies, a little bit, but for the most part it was wow. But then as I've gotten into actually speaking the reading here with you, I can see how some of this stuff is like a little overwhelming at times, but it's still not the whole story. It's still not like whatever it's, yeah, you've got this, you know, like I'm not too worried about it and you shouldn't be either. So what will help with the challenge, we have the Three of Pentacles. No, this is the challenge, which I found interesting because they're so positive. Three of Pentacles, Nine of Cups and the Ace of Cups. So what I saw with this, because it's in the challenge, you may be concerned that your wishes and dreams, the things you're working towards, maybe you're not on the same page as the person you'd like to be with in this love situation, if it's that for you. So for some of you, that it's a love story, you may be concerned, are we working together? Are we really on the same page? Have we got the same dream? Are we working towards this? Or are we on different pages and it's just having a good time together? There's concern about that potentially for someone. For others of you, it's about maybe you finding it challenging to, like with all these women here as well, and the moon in the middle and the Nine of Swords, like maybe you're having trouble in female relationships and you're like, the challenge is finding people that you can really connect with and that bring a lot of love and fulfillment into your life with the Nine of Cups. Is something you wish for in love. and in community and in cooperation and in connection that is in the challenge this week. I really don't think it's a major challenge. It's just, you've got big wishes and you really want them. And that's, I think, it. Like, let's see. Come on, give me some more. Okay, what am I missing here? What's the challenge? I feel like I go challenge just to make it clear, because we're going to need a challenge here. And I'm not surprised. It's all in your head. Look at that, 10 of Cups on the bottom. So you want this so badly. It's like there's parts of you that might be suspicious or self-destructive with the beautiful ostrich here. It's one of the shadow elements of this card from the Messenger Animals Oracle by Susan Green. She sent this beautiful deck in to me. You might like to check her deck out. It's in the description box below with a link. They're really cute cards. She's hand-drawn them herself, and I love that it has both shadow and light attributes of these animals. Observant and focused, that's where you need to be, but maybe feeling a little suspicious and self-destructive. That might be the scarecrow, hey? Like, might be a pattern of yours, but that's cool, it's all good. All in your mind, potentially, with this Eight of Swords. It sounded a bit brutal when I say it's all in your head. I don't like that wording, but maybe that's the truth. Maybe. So what will help with the challenge? We have the Hierophant, the Two of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles. Commitment to love, commitment to companionship, commitment to yourself, commitment to your studies, commitment to the bigger picture, commitment to that dream you have for your life, that end goal, whether that's to do with the legacy you leave with the work that you do, your creations and your art, building a home and a family, and all of those things with a loved one. There's so much here about love, isn't there? We got the Lovers, we got the Two of Cups. We've the first card out for you guys is the Rose, unconditional love. It's a very, very beautiful reading for such a thing. So what will help with the challenge is stay connected to the bigger picture here with the Ten of Pentacles. You're in it for the long game, or in it something like that, you know? You're in it. Or through the seasons as well, I'm seeing here, with autumn, bit of like maybe spring and maybe summer. Like, so this is maybe something that's gone through a lot of seasons. But stay with it, because it's like aged wine I'm getting here. So maybe an older couple in potentially, like something better about the later stages of life. Fine wine, fine age like fine wine, they say, isn't it? So maybe your lover is aged like fine wine. Maybe they look so very attractive, silver fox, you know, that whole energy, very beautiful. Okay, how do I want to read this for people that are not in connection? This is obviously, yeah, like I said as well, like this is, the Hierophant is about commitment to ascension, commitment to, it's not only about that, this is one aspect. This is typically, it's a card of religion and marriage and our social constructs and things that are acceptable in our communities, and the programs we put ourselves through and the governing bodies we answer to. It can be so many of those things, but here I just do feel like it's more about commitment to something you love, commitment to something that means a lot to you, that really holds your values. So it's like you've chosen someone not because of the status or the things that they have, but because truly they embody the qualities that have high value to you, something like that. Further guidance here, we have got the Ace of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, the Three of Swords. So see how the Queen of Swords has sort of got her sword up facing towards the Ace of Pentacles, so not very trusting of an offer potentially, because of Three of Swords in the background, because of past hurts, because of past betrayals. So there may be that this relationship has gone through some pretty painful moments, and it's something you don't trust a new beginning in. For others of you, this is past experiences, and so you don't trust a new beginning. Maybe not to do with this person. For many others of you, it's just about stepping into your potential and creating something new, even if it's not to do with love. A new business, a new job, a new health routine, a new whatever it is you're trying to implement and create and nurture and foster in your life. The further guidance is to stay focused and, again, with the ostrich, focused and observant. without letting the pessimism and suspicion and pain from the past take away from the joy that's available to you in this moment. But also I do feel like you don't want to get too excited. You don't want to, because there's part of you that doesn't want to be let down. And so I feel like, yeah, you're really just trying to protect yourself a bit there. So further into the outcome, we have got the devil, I meant to say death. Maybe you can consider the devil's energy. So maybe overcoming a toxic cycle of addiction or obsession, or codependency, definitely, because I said the devil and the death is what I want to read. So yeah, overcoming that energy. But also here with the Seven of Wands, maybe you're also transforming self-protective energies and stepping more into just a softening and an investment in where you're at, and not really so much feeling like you need to defend it or fight for it, but just being with it. It's like there's a change of your approach, and more of maybe your approach, yeah, but there's a change of, how do I turn that to you? Because your approach is that way, and like your embodiment is that way, if that makes sense. Like your approach and just is. I don't know. Hope you get that. I'm sure you do. Your presence, your peace, the embodiment of what the energies that you are focusing on, rather than a push or trying to make things happen. It's sort of just letting it come to you. Being with it, being with the process. Like the apple tree takes 7 years to bring an apple forth. So, you know, it's, and the pregnancy, there's 9 months, you know, to grow that beautiful baby. So things take time, and I feel like you want to protect those things, yes, but not to the point that you destroy them, you know. It's something like that. So let's jump into the Oracle cards with Rose, unconditional. We'll go to the little book for it. There it is. Let's go straight to the divinatory meaning. Rose, as the oil of unconditional love, represents the harmony and balance that can be found in relationships. This card can also herald the arrival of a new relationship in your life. Listening to heart desires becomes the challenge. The answer is yes. The affirmation is, I encounter love in all my relationships, and I love these encounters. I give out love, and it is returned to me multiplied manyfold. Or threefold if you like that. Or tenfold. Anyway. What else can I read from here? What jumps out to me? This bit here. Rose emanates a very special essence and is regarded the queen of the flowers. Many rose petals are required to distill the beautiful essence of this flower's spirit. So it requires all of you. Rose is very gentle, a great assistant in communications and trust. Romantic or not, this card is about connection between two souls. Rose can be used as an aphrodisiac. It also helps with the reproductive system and with depression. I like to anoint my heart and throat with rose oil before my day. It's a beautiful thing. Sacred Flower sell really, really nice rose oils and rose mists and things, so you might like to look at Sacred Flower. I think they're Australian, but maybe you can still get that. They do a little package where you get the oil, the mist, and a little roller of perfume for, I think, $99. And it's a very high quality, very beautiful. Every time I use spray on someone for a kinesiology balance, they're always saying, oh my goodness, where is that one from? That is so, it is a very divine rose spray. Anyway, rose. Maybe you grow roses. That's another beautiful thing. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm just like checked in the thorns. Is there anything about the thorns? I'm just getting, no, there's nothing here about the thorns. And I'm just looking at the picture too, and there aren't even any thorns on that rose stem. There's not one thorn there. Isn't that interesting? All right. We have the sun. We spoke about it before. It's not all sunshine and roses. Maybe that's the case, but there is a lot of sun and growth and positivity here. There's a lot to be offered for your growth. I saw that up there as well. Like this is a real opportunity for your growth. And I'm feeling inclined to go to the book for that too. I was going to skip it and keep cruising, but I just feel, no, book. All right, let's look at the challenge that's standing out to me. Narcissism is the shadow of the sun's energy. The false belief that I am the center of the universe and you are not. Learn to earn attention and respect rather than demand or expect it. That might be someone you're dealing with as well. The gift is this sunlit moment is an opportunity. This is what it feels like more for you guys. This sunlit moment is an opportunity to let your ego step out of the way, let the sun's light flow through you, and let spirit do the work. So shine wholeheartedly and share the warmth with friends, family, your community, and the world. Make it an offering. Live the truth. I am the center of the universe, and so are you. That's probably why I had to read the other one, because I'm like, I felt like I needed to read it, but it was because of that bit. Yeah, nice. That really felt my heart. Like I felt my heart filling up when I said that. I am the center of the universe, and so are you. Yeah. Oh, so many good feelings in today's reads. There's been moments too, but like lots of really good feelings. We already spoke about the ostrich from this beautiful deck by Susan, observant and focused. Observant and focused. But being cautious of suspicion and self-destructive tendencies. And I'm just seeing an ostrich run really fast because that's what they do. So maybe it's also something where you run very fast away from situations, and it might be worth noting to just stop and observe instead. We have date for your personal quality time cards this week. So going on a beautiful date with your special loved one, or having a date with a girlfriend, or a date with yourself. I love that she's got music playing while she's cooking. That's like one of my favorite things. I've probably always got music playing when I'm doing anything, but yeah, just date yourself, date your friends, date your loved one. Don't spend too much time in despair. Move through the emotions and release it. That is from the higher self messages. We have also you have special gifts. Never surrender to normal. Your life was not meant to be normal. White picket fence perfect. It's meant to be an adventure. So you have a bunch of tea leaf oracles to finish your reading. We have grapes. Time to go out and have fun. Like you needed any more suggestion, right? Date. Go out and have fun. Find wine. We've got a lot of talk about wine, and so maybe you're going to a vineyard or something like this. There's something a lot about wine in this reading, or fine wine. Fine dining perhaps. We have dagger. Fear, worries, and tense situations. We've already touched on that, so it's interesting it came through the tea leaf. We have marriage here in your astral houses from tea leaf. So this is, we've got rose, we've got lovers, we've got two of cups, we've got all of the stuff there that denotes a really beautiful connection. I think you're seeing 3 rings in this card though. I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe like it's engagement and then marriage. Maybe it's talking about the progression of a connection. Might have to look at the book later and see why there's 3 rings if it gives me that information. We have ladder, climbing towards success. And I do feel that it's very connected with the marriage, like something, if you've had troubles in your marriage, maybe you're overcoming them together. And you have hat, you'll be playing a different role, or many different roles, but there's a lot of change in how you step up and step onto the stage I'm seeing here too, so that makes sense. All right, group 3 with the beautiful fluorite donut, or whatever you call it. If there's a special name, there's like there's worry stones. If there's a special name for this type of cut crystal, I'd love to hear about it if you know. But for now, it'll just be the donut. Okay, group 3, that's what I have for you. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I hope it's brought you some sort of comfort, clarity, or guidance. If you're after a private reading, I'll have some July spots open now. You can check those out in the description box below. And look forward to reading for you all again soon. Bye, group 3.